most of us are starving, waiting for the lunchtime for the buffet. Don't know whether it will be buffet or being served in our table because of some COVID protocols, but please bear with me for just 30 minutes. Thank you all. Now, my topic for today is guidelines and schedule maintenance. Next slide. First, I want to give some brief overview about myself. I'm a licensed civil engineer in the Philippines. 14 years total of experience working. My experience, I have background in infrastructure development such as highways, bridges, and some. Also, I have experience in oil and gas, high-rise buildings, stadium, and some coastal reclamation. I have experience. I am planning engineer and delay analyst with over 11 years of experience from Philippines, Africa, India, and obviously here in the Middle East. I'm also a certified planning and scheduling professional under AACE International, which currently I sit as the secretary for this year up to July next year. Currently, I'm involved in arbitration, currently helping one of our clients, and I have over 3 years where I help 2 different clients in assisting and providing discovery and analysis of engineering technical facts and about, of course, the planning matters. And currently, lastly, I'm associate member of the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators since March 2019. So enough of me, that's not what you came here for. I think you came here as well, just not attending this annual meeting, but also to hear some technical information about planning aspects. Next slide, please. Thank you. Okay. So my topic will be based in 8, since I'm a certified planning and scheduling professional, they call it shortly as PSP. My presentation is based in ASC Study Guide. The title of the book is Planning and Scheduling Professional Certification Study Guide. The picture of the book is shown on your screen. If you want a copy of it, you can just message me. Later on, I'm going to show on the last slide my contact details. So you can take a photo of it, and later on, we'll go probably when all is settled down with the team, we're going to send copies of our presentation slides so you can get my contact details, so you can personally ask me of a copy of these, and we can share thoughts about it and discuss further. And then that book, this presentation, I just want to say that my presentation is based on the first edition. Why? Because there's a second edition which was published 2 years ago, but honestly, there's no much difference in this particular section that I'm going to explain. Next slide, please. Okay. Now, the first question on my topic is, what is a schedule maintenance? Okay. But before I talk about that, let's look at this photo here. We see a caricature, a vehicle. Okay. It seems that the vehicle is crying here, and then a girl, a frown face. I can say that this photo, the vehicle experienced unexpected breakdown, malfunction of its machine, of its engine. That's why the girl here experienced inconvenience at that instance. So that's why the face is showing a sad expression. Okay, I brought this one. I think probably most of us here may own a car, or probably we are familiar that in vehicles we need to do periodic maintenance check of our cars. So to avoid any such scenario whereby the engine, the vehicle crash down unexpectedly, the engines break down, malfunction, and later on that is inconvenient for us financially and disruption to our daily lives. So why I say so? Because I want to relate this topic that says here, process. Schedule maintenance is a process. Why so? What is a process? Process is a course of action that desires a result. Personally, what kind of results do we aim at the end of every course of action? I mean, me personally, when I do an action, I want a results in the end. So, in this case, scheduled maintenance is being performed to carry out, to obtain a positive result in the end. But before that, the next question is, how can we do the scheduled maintenance? That's the next question, because it says process in a project which requires periodic actions. These are actions: the progress reporting, change management, schedule updating, and forecasting. Those are actions. But how can we do the processes involved in the scheduled maintenance? That's the next question. So, in order for us to do the processes in scheduled maintenance, we need elements of the We need the elements. We need the steps to carry out effectively the scheduled maintenance. So, in order to do so, AACE has set out some guidelines here with the 6 bullets here to guide us through how to properly do the scheduled maintenance. Now, first thing, can you please? Thank you very much. Now, the first element of the scheduled maintenance is the baseline schedule. Okay, baseline schedule, I think most of us will probably encounter in our complex project thousands of activities. It doesn't necessarily mean that we need to just complete all the activities included in our schedule just to say we successfully completed. It's not like that. The baseline schedule is derived from a schedule model to meet the project requirements, isn't it? And then later on, that will be used that will gain approval for use as a baseline. Now, I have here a sample of the sample schedule model, a diagram where it's where I hope you can easily see. Visually see that from the foundation, next level of the building, the structure being erected. First, this could be the first lift of the wall, then second lift gradually, and then where the windows were being installed as well as the walls were being erected. Now, lastly, we can see on the diagram that a roof was constructed on top of the building. Now, this schedule model here was used as a guide to create this baseline schedule. So, from this sample model, as I said, derived from a schedule model, and then later on, this is a schedule of activities with attributes, or durations, and then with relationships. Now, can you please? Now, from the same image from the previous slide, we have here the baseline schedule derived from the schedule model. Now, we can see here that these bars here are in red, which I think for planners here may understand that red bars, we use that to identify which one are the critical activities, and with the lines projecting, connecting each bars, that denotes the critical path. So with that, the baseline schedule assists to identify the initial critical path and also provides a basis for measuring the progress of the project. And as well as once this baseline schedule has been established, it can assist to provide the team members the information for the cash flow, for the resource planning, and later on, it provides the trends for cost and schedule forecasting. So basically, that's the first element. That's the base foundation of a project, of the schedule maintenance. Next slide, please. Thank you. Now, the second element of the schedule maintenance is tracking schedule progress. First things first, for the planners here, did you read your contract? Good to hear. I'm glad to hear that you read your contract, because I think I'm not quite sure, because me as a consultant, currently I'm working as you know, I'm currently working as a forensic planning consultant, and I encounter planners at site that they are not familiar with the contents, with the project requirements with respect to the planning matters. So in that case, they will be blindsided. They wouldn't know what is required to be submitted as part of this tracking schedule progress. So in that case, you might not know that it is required to create progress measurement sheets, look aheads, and sometimes it also do require to have weekly progress meetings. So this is important, that's why it's on the top of the bullet. The second factor for the tracking schedule progress is the schedule calculation option. This schedule calculation option here, as per AACE, they have progress override and retained logic. Now, I have two images sitting next beside the progress override, this one here, and the further retained logic on the right side here. Now, I have these two images here, both shares same similar situation. I have activities A, B, C, and D. Okay, and that activities A, B, and C, and D were planned to be carried out as finish to start. Meaning, once activity A is finished, it moves on to the next activity B, and then next to activity C, and then lastly the activity D, without any lags. So the lags mean for non-planners here, the lag means it means that no waiting time. Once an activity immediately completes, the next activity can start right away. Now, however, another similar situation, apologies, is B, is for activity. You will notice that B is colored blue. Okay, blue in our planning circumstances, blue normally is denoted as the progress bar, meaning this B activity B is completed. Okay, and this red vertical line here, we call it as data date, and sometimes they call it as status date as well. Now, these two images here are